This week on Dear Bros, we have a guest suggestion for a column, and it has to do with dad liking teens.
Oh, no. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
I'm Andrew Smith.
And this is Dear Bros, a segment where we rip advice column questions off the internet and we answer them ourselves. So this time, we have someone who suggested a column. So it's not really their question. So we're still ripping advice column questions off the internet.
That's true, but we didn't find this one. It was sent to us. So
we did less work. Andy, what do you got?
It's 50%. So this one is a guest in, and it's Dad Likes Teens. So
That's already no bueno.
the actual title, this is from the Dear Annie column. My husband thinks it's okay to ogle teenage girls.
Okay.
My husband is 59 years old and thinks it's okay to ogle young girls less than 18 years of age, more like 15 to 16. He does this with me present and says it's natural behavior and that all men do it. I say it's disrespectful to me and resembles pedophile behavior. I'm 64 years old, and he had an affair with a 29-year-old female about a year ago. What's your opinion? Feeling the sting of growing old.
Oh. What? So clearly, the guy likes younger women.
Okay, let's address this first of all. Do you think he's rich, or do you think they're from the South?
Could be both.
I mean,
Could be
he's
a little
59, so if he had an affair, if she's 59, or no, her husband's 59, so he had an affair with a 29-year-old. So
30-year difference.
Either she wants money or she's got a fetish, right?
Yeah.
There's
so
really
it's,
no.
It's one of the two.
It's 30 years.
It's 30 years.
It's excessive.
Let's leave this poor girl out of it and talk about the man of the situation
Yes.
here.
So,
Because
yeah, 15 and 16 is a very oddly specific, like,
so
thing
I'm gonna
to be into and not come off like pedophile.
Yeah. So I will say that there's this weird thing where, like, if a 17-year-old girl or man becomes 18, people are suddenly like, there he is. There she is.
Yeah.
Let's watch her bend over. And even still then, I mean, we're in our early 30s. And, like, if an 18-year-old something comes up to me personally, I'm just kind of like, this is kind of...
Yeah, there's different levels to it, right?
This is kind of gross.
So I put it to you this way. If you only had like your judgment to go off of to judge for age,
yeah.
and you were given like multiple choices, a lot of people would be in jail. Because
That's
there's
true.
some people that they don't look like their age. Like
Yeah.
when I was 16, I did not look 16.
I could imagine that.
I looked like I was 25, legitimately. But that being said, like, that being said, like, it's illegal for someone over the age of 18 to do anything, regardless of what you look like.
And, like, this isn't even, like, one of those weird gray areas where it's a 19-year-old guy looking at someone who's in high school being like, I could tap that. Like,
Yeah.
you're a 59-year-old man.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's some people that are more mature for their age, but that doesn't matter. You're still only been on this planet for 15 years.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're 16 and you're dating an 18-year-old, whether it's guy, girl, like, that is, to me, it's, like, way more understandable than, like, a 35-year-old guy going out with a 16-year-old or even an 18-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, what do you have to talk about?
It's just a creep level. Like,
It's just, like, why do you want to be with that person? And here's the other thing, too. Especially if they look young. That makes it so much worse. In my own opinion.
no, in our own opinion.
Like, if
because then you're clearly going from the as young as possible aspect.
Yes, like, even I don't know if this is correct or not, but it's like if someone's, say, like a 35-year-old's dating a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old,
yeah.
but they look like they're 28, regardless of female or male, you almost are like, okay, like, I can see why you would, whatever. Maybe they're super mature for their age. But if someone's going out with a 22 or 23-year-old, but they look 16,
I was going to take it from the reverse perspective.
Yeah.
If there was some weird creeper who was like looking up at like 16-year-old dudes and they saw you walking down the street, no offense, they'd probably be like, meh.
Exactly. The
'Cause,
fact
like-
that you're into it's not that you like younger people. It's that there's a very specific age of young people that is not legal
You're
you're into.
Yeah, it's not the number that you're looking at, it's the person. And you're looking at the person for a reason, and you're looking at them because they appear young, which means you like younger people.
But it's the specific, like, well under 18 looking.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just an older dude and you're like, yeah, I like college age girls. It's like, okay, like you're just a dude that likes really young looking women. But if you're like, I like sophomore in high school looking, it's like you're a fucking creep because that's like you're into young people.
Yeah, and I just got a really weird like tingle at my back because we're both guys, and he's sitting there saying all guys do this. You know what else all guys do? They don't just oogle. Guys don't just oogle; they daydream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he's oogling, he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's
this-
creep.
he's
That's
not thinking
gross.
about fucking fixing up a Camaro with her. Dude, I remember
Yo, I'm gonna take this 16-year-old chick. I'm gonna teach her how to box.
Dude.
It'll be fucking awesome.
Dude, I remember when we were in high school, we were at a football game once, and I think we were 17, and maybe a couple of us were 18. But I'm pretty sure we were 17 because we just got our licenses so that we could drive. And you go to the towns where your high schools play,
yeah.
and there was a girl there who looked like she was our age or if not older. And like we're just like sitting there watching the game, and she's like talking and this and that, and like she's kind of like a little vulgar, so like she's talking or whatever, and then finally I like looked at her because she wasn't from our town. I was like, how old are you? And she's like 14.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, bye. And she's like, and she said something extremely vulgar after that, which I'm not going to repeat, but it was basically to be like, yeah, but, and I was like, nope, let's go, guys. Like, don't even want to be near you.
Yeah.
Don't even want to be near you.
Yeah.
Like all that shit is gone. It's all out the window. There's nothing there. So goodbye.
So there this guy goes. Not all guys do that. That to me is
Not
just-
all guys. Here's the thing.
a lot of guys do it
Here's the thing. Do guys look at women? Yes.
all the time.
Do women look at guys? Yes. To pretend that that's not a thing is retarded.
Yeah.
It's
of course.
stupid. But the and just there's a limit to where you're kind of like, even like to your friends, you're like, dude, come on, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, all right, come on, like, we're done here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say it's natural to look. I don't know if it's natural to like ogle because most people have a sense of
decency.
just like social awareness
Yeah.
of like I can't just look at that dude's dick or tits. Dudes have tits, I guess, right?
Some dudes.
I'm trying to go from your angle. So what is her opinion on this? I think that she's 5 years older than him.
Which is reverse of what's normal, but I don't care about that.
No. I'm saying that probably makes her feel even older because he had an affair with a 29-year-old. Now he's looking at 15 to 16-year-olds. Do the math and exponential. So next year it'll be 8-year-olds. So
It's gross and it's wrong.
it's gross. I think that there's a lot more issues here than you just feeling old.
Yeah, I agree.
I would feel a little creeped out by that.
I wonder how long they've been married.
Let's think about this for a second. Say you're married. What do you if you're married for let's say 25 years and you're say you're 65 and your 59-year-old husband is like starts telling and oogling 15 and 16-year-old boys. Like what are you going to think about that? Like what would you do? Is that like calls for like immediate therapy or divorce or like what do you do?
Therapy 100%. I would definitely think. I don't know. I don't know cuz like you said like people look. All right, people look.
But he admitted it. Admitted 15 and 6, like, or at least, yeah, she's saying 15 and
I'm
16.
assuming a scenario occurred where this came up.
Yeah.
Like, if they had a daughter or something, a young daughter, and she had a friend over, and she was like, "Did you see the ass on her?" And she was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" Something along those lines.
Yeah, it
Because
said
like,
juicy on it.
because like this, like people look, but it doesn't come up in conversation. Like, you don't look at your spouse all the time and be like, "Yo, you see the tits on her?" Like some people do, but like
Yeah.
most of the time, no. Especially in marriages. So
Yeah, this seems like one of those dudes who like make those videos, who's like, yeah, for a good time, looking for a young hot girl, looking for a good time, and they're like the most unfuckable human of all time, but they're just put it on the internet for everyone to see.
I don't know if I would do anything like super drastic, but I would look at them and say, "This stops." Like this stops.
For some reason, it is weirder that a guy looking at, like, if I was that age and my wife was looking at 15 and 16-year-olds, part of me would be like, I get it, I'm old. But the other part would be like, that's very specific. But then again, like, it's different with guys because you don't really feel bad for the dude. But it is worse when you think about it, like, of a guy going after a girl because you look at it like a predator. Like, if you, for some reason in my mind, I know this is totally fucked up, but like, as a dude, you're like, how bad can you feel for him? Like, he banged an older chick.
High fives.
Yeah, when you look at a girl that happens to a girl, you feel bad because you look at it like she was severely taken advantage of
Yeah.
and assaulted.
I'm a little bit more liberal with that. I don't know if I 100% agree with you there.
No, I'm saying in my head.
No, I get it.
Like, if your buddy came up to you and was like, if he was 17 in high school and was like, oh, you know that the math teacher, the hot one, she raped me. And you're like, you banged her.
I have a weird scenario for you, one that you probably don't think about. What about same sex? On that scale, where would you rate a female going after a 16 or 15-year-old girl and a guy going after a 15 or 16-year-old dude? Assuming for a second that the quote-unquote rape is age-based and not consent-based, because though that is a difference.
Yeah, I 100% is a big difference.
Yes.
I think that
Because it's a weird angle, right? The young girl is very innocent. The older guy is still very aggressive. I would assume has like an aura of aggression there.
yeah, I still think for whatever reason, and I'm sure I'm wrong,
There's no right or wrong here.
but
It's a topic.
for some reason the guy with the guy still seems worse.
Yeah.
Because there's still more of an element of danger there for whatever reason.
Old man strength.
Well, not only that, but just like it's just like guys being super aggressive. They tend to have more tendencies toward predatory shit.
That's true. They do.
Not to say like women can't be
Capable.
conniving and all that shit too, but the woman doing it with the younger woman, it seems just not as I don't know why. Probably because I'm
You're allowed to just
dumb.
feel it. You don't have to come up with like a.
I'm going to say it's worse that way. So again,
right, let's see-
but advice. What would you say to her?
Tell him it stops now. That's done. That's done. Possibly go to therapy.
He can't change what he's attracted to.
But he can stop.
That's what I'm going from with this. If the guy's
See-
attracted to fucking underage girls, no
See-
amount of therapy is going to make him not.
My thing was that it should have ended with the affair, age difference or not.
yeah.
But because like I don't have leniency with that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like an affair, done.
Yeah.
Sorry, bye. I don't care whatever. I don't care what the situation is. An affair is done. But
Fair.
so, what do you do after that? He has an affair, and you don't leave him. You kind of give him free reins a little bit here.
You
What does
see
she
the
have to say?
monster you created? All right. So, dear feeling old, I'm not sure why your husband's actions are making you feel old instead of disgusted. You should dump him. His pedophile behavior, and yes, that's what it is, has nothing to do with your age and everything to do with his
Lolita?
Lolita complex. Like, come on, you know we're fucking dumb. Don't make us fucking Google shit. It's, Abby, she knows us. She knows how to fucking write. How do you spell it?
Lolita.
It's a good thing it's on your search history. Lolita complex?
Yeah.
Okay. Lolita complex is a sexual attraction towards young or prepubescent girls. This term is based on Lolita, the book of Vladimir Nabokov. The story centers around a middle-aged man who becomes obsessed with a 12-year-old girl. All right, 12's pushing into like just this guy needs to go to prison immediately just for thinking shit. Okay, so
that was just a complicated way to say pedophile all over again.
yeah, pedophile behavior. Okay, she just got to make us feel stupid. He needs to seek treatment immediately. A 59-year-old man staring at a 15-year-old girl having an affair with a girl in his 20s, you can do better. Yeah, agreed.
I don't hate that advice.
No, I don't either. And the fact that he's so open with just being like, yeah, I'd do it. Like, I'd do her. And you're like, yeah.
This is what guys
What don't you tell me? Shit.
Guys don't think about this.
Yeah.
I mean, guys think about this stuff, but not that way. Do you know what was weird? One last thought before we get out of here.
Go ahead.
Remember the whole countdown with the Olsen twins?
No.
We were young too.
What is this? What's a countdown with the Olsen twins?
When the Olsen twins were younger, they're like weird now, and like
Yeah, they look like
they look like aliens,
like
right?
shaved pelicans or something, like really like alien-y.
When we were younger and they were younger, when they were like 16, they were still relatively cute girls, and I can say that because
Aren't they
we were
our
probably
age?
Yeah, they're our age.
Yeah.
So, but when they were like 16, there was like a metaphoric countdown to when the Olsen twins were 18. Like all these guys think that, oh, they're 18. They're suddenly available to us now. We can definitely get with the Olsen twins. But like, it was on like MTV would joke about it and stuff like that. Like it was out there. Like people were counting down.
I'll put it to you this way.
That's creepy.
I'll put it to you this way.
Creepy.
It is creepy. It is creepy. Hang on. Excuse me.
Keep talking.
It's creepy, but that's a very honest thing. Right? Like, I never found them attractive, and I was around their age, right? Like, how old are they? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. 2004. I wasn't 18 in 2004.
We were 16, so they're older than us. They're a couple years older than us.
Oh, yeah. See, I never found them attractive, so maybe that's why I didn't pay attention to that.
I mean, we were also younger, so they were 18, we were 16. I mean, it was there, but
Yeah, but that is a weird thing because they were in the spotlight from an extremely young age.
like
But
literal birth.
what's really creepy is if like the people that were like super fans of Full House and stuff would like if they were the ones counting it down because it's like you watch that person as a baby.
Same thing happened with, and I was
Arya
so
Stark.
Wait, what?
Arya Stark.
Yeah, same thing. If I was so happy that everyone I knew was like, "This is gross."
Yeah, she wasn't the most attractive person when she got older, though.
Yeah,
But
That's
I
me.
think
She's still
that's a big difference with the Olsen twins because they were like considered like sex symbols when they became 18, apparently, right?
apparently, yeah.
So
it's just weird.
that's weird, though. You're right. Like culturally, it's like once they're 18, they're good. So it's like, so you're saying that you're not thinking about them sexually when they're 17, 364 days, but you are when they're this.
so freaking weird.
All right, let's think about this for a second, real quick.
This is the longest episode of my life.
If somebody
I gotta pee.
is not 18,
Okay.
but they look like they're 22,
Okay.
and you don't know how old they are, how do you like? Can you blame someone for looking at them and thinking like, oh, they're really hot?
No. So I definitely think that there is a gray line there, and I will say that.
Because even after you find out there's 17 or 18, you're like, oh God, okay. But like part of your brain is like, they're still
they're
the
still
same
att-
person.
they're still attractive.
They're still attractive. It's just like now there's like I don't want to. Ooh.
There's definitely a gray line. I think that's kind of why it's important that there's a red line from
Yeah.
the law, because like now you can't step over it. But
So that's weird though.
there is a weird thing, and it's all like an association in your head. As long as you're able to separate, like, and you don't get creepy about it, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at someone, you're like, that person, that young 20-something is extremely hot. Giggity.
That's
and
what-
then it turns
yeah.
out you're like, they're 16.
Well,
Never mind.
That's why I was saying, like, with the specific 15 and 16-year-old, like, that's what made that creepy, because it's not like he's looking at a 16-year-old that looks 20
Yeah.
and being like, oh, she's hot. It's like he's looking at 15 and 16-year-olds that look like 15 and 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's gross.
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 All right.
We're done.
We're
We're going to get in trouble.
All right, teens, send us your nudes. No, I'm just kidding. Please,
Dude,
for the love of
no.
God, do not do that. Do not do that.
Don't do that.
But for our actual audience out there, please comment in the comment section down below. What do you think of this story? What would you do if your 59-year-old significant other was looking at 15 to 16-year-olds and thought it was perfectly okay? What would you tell them? What would you personally do? Let us know downstairs. I'm fucking this all up. Don't forget to go to brodownpro.com. We have new stuff coming out all the time. You can even ask us a question yourself. There's a little portal up at the top. You can type and ask away, and we will answer. And that's how that kind of works. All right, bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.